still have our masks on. We didn't take them off. If we take them off, we're afraid sometimes people might see what's actually going on. Well, I'm going to show you today how to make sure that whatever is going on underneath that mask, you can fix it today. I mean today, not tomorrow, not next week, today. Because today I'm going to show you how to get what you want today. So don't you go anywhere. I'll be right back.
On this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. Abundant Life Cathedral Church, the church of tomorrow today. A ministry that is building the people that shape the world.
Hello, I'm Ed Montgomery. They call me Dr. Ed. Thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you for being a part of our sanctuary. Thank you for allowing me into your home. And when I talk about your home, I'm talking about the home of your heart. We're all, maybe physically, because some of you might just have it on the phone or on your app, but the home of your heart. Thank you for allowing us to bring our sanctuary to join in with yours and to make this entire incredible group of people come together. Look, I've been doing this for over 40 years. I'd say 40 years, over 4 decades. Yeah, 4 decades. And I kind of know what's up ahead, but I'm not so far off in the ether land that I don't know how to hold your hand or to walk with you and have you walking at my side and we can go, because I'm just a few steps ahead of you. I can get you to the places that you need to be spiritually. So stick with us, don't go anywhere. I'm talking about the incredible power of prayer. This is actually part 2. I'm going to go to sleep. No, you're not going to go to sleep. This is not a snoozer. The incredible power of prayer. I'm going to show you how to pull from the world, the universe, God, how to pull from everything around you to get what you need every single day of your life. Today, tomorrow, I'm going to show you how to do it. You won't need me to be there with you. I'm going to show you how to do it. So this is called Give Us This Day. This is the part of it. As a matter of fact, I'm pulling this from Luke chapter 11. It's the Lord's Prayer. And I'm going to show you how this thing really works. There is a mystery. There's a mystique behind it. And I'm going to show you how it works. So tell your friends, hit that share button, share it with people that you know, and say, this is going to be good. You need to watch this. Just click them and tell them to watch this, and we'll get right into it. Of course, if you're watching from another city other than Houston, hey, hit that comment button. Let me know. If you're watching from another state, hit that comment button. Let me know what state you're watching this from. If you're watching from another country, let me know what country you're watching this from. Subscribe. These are all good things because these are algorithms. And like throughout this whole thing. Let me know if you're liking that thumbs up, heart button, whatever those things are. Now, let's go. I was noticing, I didn't do, Halloween, I didn't give out no candy or anything. I just locked myself up, turned off the lights. It's horrible, isn't it? Yeah, I know. But I did. So I didn't see any trick-or-treaters. But I saw them, on television and everything. I saw people with their mask and everything else. And I thought about it. I said, you know what? I said, there are people who have not taken off their own masks, metaphorically, that we have a tendency to wear. I was reading an article about masks, especially out of Africa and around in South America. And one of the things that masks were used for were for men. And what men would use these masks for is that it would make them connect what they felt with was with their feelings or their emotions. They would have masks of fear if they were feeling afraid, and they would wear it for a while. If they had a mask that looked turned down mouth that said loneliness, they would put on that mask and they would wear it. You've seen them, African masks and masks out of South America, things of that sort. If they had lost a loved one, there was sadness. They would put on the sad masks. But once they felt better, and once they felt they had made a connection with their ancestors, or what they felt gave them help and strength, then they felt they could take the mask off and they could lay it down. They would take off the mask of fear, take off the mask of sadness, take off the mask of loneliness, take off the mask of anguish, take off what was troubling them and lay that mask down. And then the entire community, the village, the city would come back together as they normally would and just literally lift them and be there with them. While they had the mask on, they kind of left them alone. And I said, how many of us have put on masks of fear, loneliness, sadness, and for some reason, we forgot to take them off. And we've been dealing with this fear, this loneliness, this sadness, this ache, especially black men. I know what's going on there. That ache that's inside. And when people talk to you, you say, oh, I'm fine. You've got the mask on. And here's the problem with that. You're not even telling people how you feel on the outside. You've got smiley face mask on and you're smiling. I'm all right. And then even with that person that's at the house with you, male or female, you're wearing that mask and you're at that house with your husband or your wife, whoever it is. And that other person is just keeping quiet because they know you're in that mask and they know you're not taking it off. And you've even forgotten to take it off and they know something is wrong and they want to say something, but they're so afraid to say something because they don't want to strain the relationship. I'm going to show you why and that this passage of scripture is used to help you take off the masks. Because the world we live in right now, everything is about masks. You know that. COVID. Everything is about masks. And some of the reason people are, going crazy just ripping off masks is because sometimes it's what they want. That's a whole nother world. I don't want to get in there. I want to talk about the mask we put on, the fear, the insecurity, and why our relationships are not working the way they should and the way we really want them to. I know that sometimes as a husband, and we may feel, and my wife's going on to be with the Lord, but I've done. I know what this is. Of 45 years, I just passed a date that would have been our 45th anniversary. And I was just thinking about many of the lessons that I've learned over these last 45 years. And how I look back and, I don't live in regret or anything, but sometimes I wish maybe I had taken some of the masks off I had on and put them down. And I didn't even realize that I had until I finally learned how to do it. And why. Sometimes when we're sad and something has hurt us, maybe you've lost a job, maybe you don't want to go back to the job that you were on, and you don't want to tell that person at the house because that next question was, where the money coming from? How are we gonna make it? How are we gonna eat? And you don't want to go through that. So you put on this happy face, and maybe you've gone back to work somewhere where you're ready to make a change, you're ready to make a shift, you're ready to talk about your future. You see this as an opportunity to do something else that you've never done before, and you're excited about it. But at the same time, you got them 3 babies laying off in that bed, everything, and there's some fear there. And you're putting on this mask like you've always been, but you're ready to make some shifts and some changes. We've got, the buddies, you're talking to your buddies are looking at you and you're saying, hey man, what's going on? Oh no, man, I got it's just good to get a six pack and shut up, and you're hanging out with your buddies, everything's fine, everything's cool. And if you really, you don't want to say anything because you still want to keep your cool quotient. You don't want to lose that. We're in a generation right now, women, people ask you, say, well, what kind of man do you want in your life? Well, I want a man who is strong and a man who's sensitive. That but strong and sensitive, he could be strong, but then if he came to you and say, hey, something I want to talk to you about, and you say, yeah, what is it? I don't feel so secure about doing this. Huh? What do you mean you don't feel secure about doing this? And you say, I want a strong man, but yet you want a sensitive man. You want someone that's sensitive enough to be able to express to you how he, well, I promise you, once you pull back on that, he's never going to say another word again. And he's going to keep that mask on. He's going to put that mask on. But understand something. If that mask stays on too long, sooner or later, he's going to become what that mask is. And that mask is unreal. And you're going to be living with somebody that's unreal. And I promise you, once you start living with someone who can't tell you how they feel or tell you what they're thinking, or that home becomes a safe place, I promise you, it's going to affect everything. It's going to affect how you relate to each other. It's going to get into the bedroom. It's going to get into the sex life. And you're going to wonder why things are not working. Is he sleeping with somebody? She with somebody? All that stuff's going to start coming to play and worrying because you have not dealt with what's under that mask and made that home a safe place in order to take off the mask. Home is a safe place. This is where the mask comes off. I have, I still have one of the things that my wife Sandra and I had. It was what I called, and I think I've told you this before. I'm gonna tell you again. It's what I call the truth chairs, and the truth chairs they would sit in a special section in the house, and they say, hey, I want to talk. Okay, you can talk in the kitchen. We can talk in the bedroom. You can talk in the living room. Talk where you want to talk. But if you want to talk in the truth chairs, both partners had to be ready, because in those truth chairs, I'm gonna tell you the truth. It may hurt you. It may not feel right. It may hurt me. But if we go any further with these masks or this thing I'm holding or something I think you holding, I gotta talk. But there are rules for that truth chair. Truth chair, you can't explode. Truth chair, you can't hit your fist through the wall and have to go and plaster it back up. Truth chair, you have to remain calm. Truth chair, you bite your own lip, if blood come out your lip, then blood come out your lip because you biting it so hard because you can't take it. That's the truth chair. Then don't go sit in it if you ain't ready for it. Everyone else, you have to have that space. Home has to be that safe place that when you walk through that door, the mask come off. If it's tears up in your eyes up under that mask, then you got to realize home is where this happens. Ladies, you have never had a relationship with a man, and I'm talking about the kind of relationship that your emotions, your sex life, everything will be so incredible when you're able to allow that man to be who he is. It'll change everything. That's why I call this the incredible power of prayer. The incredible power of prayer. Abraham went through the incredible power of prayer. Had a child at 100 years old when his wife was barren at 75 years old. The incredible power of prayer is what enables us to do this. This is what the disciples understood about life, and Jesus understood it. Now let me tell you the story about what happened here. And I'm going to give you a little tidbit about Jesus that's going to help you understand something. How many of you know that that talks about Jesus, that he didn't come on the scene until he was 30 years old, and people didn't know, well, where was he? Well, the Bible does not say where Jesus was before he was 30. Well, not necessarily. There's some little, if you do a little detective work, you can find out a little bit where Jesus might have been. This is one of those passages that gives us a little bitty inkling where Jesus might have been or where he could have been up until the age of 30 when he went into his public ministry. And the scripture says that his disciples came to him and said, Master, teach us how to pray like John taught his disciples. And Jesus says, okay, you'll find this in Luke chapter 11. No, but listen to what you just read. Teach us how to pray like John taught his disciples. How did they know that Jesus could teach them to pray like John taught his disciples? It is quite possible, some scholars and theologians believe, that Jesus sat under the tutelage or under the ministry of John previous to him going into his ministry at 30 years. After all, Jesus was the first cousin. John and Jesus were first cousins. Their mamas was sisters. We know that Jesus was at home with his brothers and sisters. We found that out in another passage we dealt with a few weeks ago. So we know basically where he was. He was the oldest son, so he had to take care of the family. The father had passed away. We know he was around there. So Jesus said, okay, I'll teach you. And Jesus said, he had just stopped praying. He says, when you pray, say this, our Father. Matter of fact, we can say it, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Actually, chapter 11 of Luke says, as it is in heaven, so be it on earth. Kingdom come, will be done. So he says, when you begin praying, say this, not my Father. Here's what some people forget is one of the most powerful principles to incredible answered prayer. It is opening up with our Father. Every time I open, I don't say, oh, my Father. No, it's our Father. You have to bring in those that are, in a sense, almost close to you. This is your visuality of those that are in your particular circle. Our Father, whoever you may think of as our, but you say our Father. In other words, you are our God. It's not just me. It is the power of unity. So he says, our Father. Father means the fullness of everything. Hallowed be thy name. That kind of meaning. In other words, what is the name of God? The name of God is the character of God, the fullness of God, what God is. God is breath. God is life. God is love. God is universe. God is air. All of this is God. And what you're saying is our Father. And you're able to breathe in, breathe out, and sense now you're entering into another realm, another place. And we talked about it last week, where Jesus says, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. In other words, I'm on holy ground now. Hallowed, holy ground. I'm on the ground of another species of being. That's what holy means. Another kind, another place. I'm lifted up into another place here. Kingdom come, will be done. We talked about that. And it says, as it is in heaven, so be it on earth. You're called it. As it is in heaven, so be it on earth. Now, let me hurry and get to my thing I want to get to today. Because as it is in heaven, so be it on earth. Understanding what heaven. Don't think of heaven as some little bitty city or town where Jesus is sitting on a white chair, or God is sitting on a white chair with a crown on his head and a little thing in his hand, and little bitty fat porcelain-looking angels with 6 wings are flying around him. Cherubim and seraphim, and all the angels are with golden hair and everything are going as you portrayed on the picture. Forget all that. Heaven means the expanded realm. Heaven means the place of expansion. Heaven means that actually there are 7 heavens. Heaven is earth. Heaven, the one heaven is earth. Another heaven is the atmosphere. Another heaven is space. Another heaven is what they call the realm of beings. They're all different realms of heaven. Another heaven is what is called the abode of God. But the realm of heaven, which is the abode of God, is everywhere God is. God is everywhere. It comes out of Matthew chapter 6, where it says, lay not your treasures upon earth where moth and rust doth corrupt, but lay up your treasures in heaven where moth and rust can't corrupt it. For where your heart is, there your treasure is. Where your treasure is, where your heart is. It's heaven is in your heart. Heart is within heaven. Heaven is the expanse of everything that God is. Heaven is everything. This is why we talk about church. We're talking about going, we got to get to the building. We got to get to the building. Yeah, we got to get to the building. But do you realize that you've been out of the building for 2 years? Almost 2 years. It'll be going on 2 years next year. I'm tell you what, the Lord said, have you lacked anything? No, we haven't lacked anything, Spirit. Oh, yeah. Listen, we're getting there. It'll be a few weeks and we'll be there. But if there's anything, I want us to go in there with the right kind of attitude. And the right kind of attitude is a building is a building. People ask me, why don't you buy a church? Buy a church building with a steeple. For what? It's just a building. It's not a church building. It's a building. Where's the church? We the church. That's right. What are we doing right now? Having church. Somehow online, we're having church. And when we walk into the building, it will be the church walking into a building. Wherever you go to church or whatever you do, you will be the church walking in. There'll be a little piece of you, the church, as with other people, piece of church. Everybody comes together. When you go together and you all come together and you're sitting around looking at each other, and what are you going to do? You're going to have church. How do you have church? Because the church just walked in the building. The building can push a button and play the keyboards or turn the lights on or turn the screen on, but the building can't have church without you. But you can have church without the building. So what does it tell you? The church is not the building. Luther told you that. What did Luther tell you? You know Luther. Not Martin Luther. Not Martin Luther King. The secular prophet. Luther. He told you that a house is not a home. When there's no one there to climb the stair, he said that a house is just a house, but it's not a home when there's no one there to climb the stair. A church is not a church when there's no people in it. When the people come in the building, they have church. When they stop having church, they leave the building. Elvis leaves the building. Elvis has left the building. So what does the building become? That's the church. That's not the church, because the church left the building. Just like a house is not a home. So we don't have to go to church. Well, yeah, we have to gather together. Now, can we bring ALC, our church, Abundant Life Center, to your home on Sunday? All of us? To sit on your couch? Eat your bacon and eggs? Drink up whatever you got in your cabinets? Whatever you got in your cabinets, can we have some of it? Can we do that? Oh, well, my house not big enough. Well, we can still come. We'll fit. Well, y'all be done tore up my house. Of course we would. So guess what we do? We go find a building where we have church. But that's not the church. It's the building where we come together and it becomes our home. See, actually, what they call the church building is not the house of God. It's the home of the church. We call it the house of God, but it's house of God as long. We are the house of God. You are the house of God, baby. Now, when you understand that, and you say, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Kingdom come, will be on earth as it is in heaven. As it is in heaven, so be it on earth. Now, in other words, you speak it. Will be done. Will be done. Kingdom come. Now comes this next phrase. Give us this day our daily bread. Notice what you're doing here. Jesus is not begging, telling you to beg for, can I have some bread today? No. This is a declaration. Give us this day our daily bread. See, here's what the Lord's Prayer is. The Lord's Prayer is not the prayer that you pray to make everything all right. People do it on TV and they play the soft music and everything's fine. But what the Lord's Prayer is called a model prayer. That's why the disciples said, Lord, teach us how to pray, like John did his disciples. There is a specific thing that this is. It is broken down in pieces. This section I'm teaching you today, give us this day our daily bread, is the section that you use to get your needs met for this particular day. Here's what you're saying. You're saying, give us this day, Lord, and you're talking about your needs. And you're talking about, you know what my need is. My need is to take off this mask of insecurity today. Give us this day. I need this day. Father, now you get personal with it. I need this day. You're getting specific with God. I need to take this mask off today. Father, I've been carrying around this fear. How many of you understand what I'm talking about? How many of you are catching what I'm saying about this? Because I'm going to go just a little bit deeper. How many of you are grabbing a hold of what's and getting how? Oh, that's how you deal with this need every single day. If you're liking this, hit that like button. Those algorithms, they like the algorithms. I don't necessarily need the algorithms, but they like them. If they like them, then I like them too. And hit that like button, that thumbs up button. And also, if you're getting truths out of this, if something is feeding your soul, let me know in the comment button. Say, oh, I'm getting something out of this. If you are, I can see that scroll goes up, and I will go ahead and go just a little bit deeper if you're getting something out of this. And now take a moment, share this with one of your friends, somebody that you know would appreciate the, I don't want to say the intellect or the enlightenment of this. Somebody that you know, hey, likes to go a little bit deeper. I know a friend of mine that would like this, or somebody that may go to church. This is for church people. This is for church people. So share this with somebody and do it right now while you're watching this, because that only takes a second. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to show you how to go a little bit deeper into this and why we're talking about daily bread. I'll be right back. Hey, this is Dr. Ed. We've been on this journey for over 40 years. Some have been there with us for almost 40. Some have just started this journey with us. But what we've been able to do is help people to find joy, peace, enlightenment. They have grown tremendously, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and it's all because of your contributions, your help, our journey on this road. Take a moment. Make a contribution at myalc.org. That's myalc.org. That's our website. That's our main place where you're even able to watch our show on Sunday mornings. Not only that, but you can also give through our app. And you can download that app from Google Play, or you can download it from the App Store by just typing in Abundant Life Center, or you can type in Ed Montgomery and the Abundant Life Center app will pop up and you can download it. It only takes a few moments, and you can have that way. You can carry us with you on your phone and your iPads and all those kind of good things. Not only that, but you can also do text to give. That's very popular because people are able to give if they forget to be on their website or their app. They can just give right on the spot, real fast, real quick. Sometimes they do text to give even when we're inside of a church service. And you can do that by texting to 713-742-2035. That's 713-742-2035. Or you could give through our P.O. Box. Safe, sound, secure. You can give, you can make sure you put a stamp on the envelope, but you can, write us a little note, drop me a little note, whatever you want to do, and mail it. There are some folks that's just, hey, I'm just going to mail this. And you can mail your contribution, and that's to the Abundant Life Center, P.O. Box 772-300, Houston, Texas, 77215. I'm going to say it again. That's that old radio thing. You got to say it twice. Abundant Life Center, P.O. Box 772-300, Houston, Texas, 77215. Continue on this journey with us. And if you're new for the first time, start this journey with us. I promise you, not only will it change your life, but you'll change the life of so many around you. And that'll make you feel real good inside. Thanks. Look, if there's anything I've learned, it is learning to say, give me this day, give us this day. I receive this day. Now, how many of you, I was going to ask you, how many of you have ever forgotten to take your mask off? I'm not going to ask you because you don't want to tell everybody your business. So just let me know on your comments if you're getting something out of this. And so I can keep going, okay? Just let me know. Thumbs up, whatever. Comment, hey, I'm getting some truth. Here, let me drop another jewel on you. Every day when you get up and you have to find, if you can find 4 minutes to get into that quiet space. Oh, you got to pray this? I got to pray every day? Well, notice what it says. It says, give us this day. It doesn't say, give us this weekend. So I don't have to pray until Monday. No, it doesn't say that. Well, give us this Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because I got some appointments that I got to get. I'm going out of town, and it's my birthday. It's my birthday, and it's our anniversary. And I gotta pray that day. You better learn how to make something a part of your day, because you see, if you can pray if you can take 3 minutes out of your busy morning to get alone and say, give me my security today. You can take off your insecure mask. Give me my sense of wholeness today. Take off that feeling less than mask for the rest of the day. Don't worry about how you feel tomorrow. I'm talking about today. This thing lasts all day. Whatever you do when you get up, lasts all day. While you're brushing your teeth, you can do brush teeth meditation. Every time, if you got electric, then you can, as you buzzing, you can say, give me this day. It's just you in that mirror. You're looking at yourself. Give me this day. You've been jealous about something. I need peace from this. I need not just to trust someone else, but to trust my own self, and to trust that I'm good enough to be who I am. I don't have to keep my mouth shut because I'm afraid somebody's going to walk out the door on me. If I need to talk to somebody, if I need to talk to my partner here about this, then let me talk to him about it. I don't know where I'm going to get the money to pay this bill, but I'm taking off that afraid man. No, give me this day my daily bread, what I need to eat. Man does not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God. This is what I'm giving you right now. I'm giving you a word so that you can realize you can ask for today's bread and get your need met. Let me tell you something. God will move heaven and earth to give you what you need for this day because you asked for today. Jesus says out of Matthew chapter 6, seek ye first the kingdom of God, or the kingdom of heaven. Heaven and God are the same thing. Seek ye first the kingdom. It says, and all these things shall be added unto you. He says, take no thought for tomorrow, because the evils or the mess for tomorrow, tomorrow's mess, the mess for tomorrow is enough already. So ain't no need of you dealing with tomorrow's mess today. Here's what you're going to learn to do. You learn how to deal with today's bread, today's insecurities. Let me tell you how long does this last? When you get up in the morning and you say, give us this day, how long does it last? I said, it lasts till you go to sleep. Oh, really? Well, our intimacy has not been what I really want it to be. Well, you can ask for that daily bread in the morning. But I'm going to tell y'all something else. You can have it. It'd be fine that night. But you're still going to have to work on it. What's going to happen is it's going to start how you present yourself, how you love, how you care, how you if I'm talking from a male standpoint, because I'm talking to black men in a sense right here, it's how you seek that woman's value in the kingdom of God or in the kingdom of heaven. It's how you want her to be. Well, everything's about me. It's about me. It's my needs and everything. I'm the head of the family. Listen. One thing you're going to have to get straight in any relationship is you're not going to be the head of the family every day. Some days, she going to be the head. No, the man is the head. No, when you, okay, how can I say this? No, Lord, I am not going extra. No, Lord. No, I'm not talking to the Lord. I'm talking to Ed Montgomery. I could have gone X-rated there. That would have been a marriage seminar. Oh, no, baby, you had to pay for that one. Let me just put it this way. How you treat her and how you give unto her is how she will give unto you. And it may not click the first time because she don't trust you. You ain't acting the way you used to act. And wives, you got to understand, if he hears something like this, he may be trying to shift some and change some things, and you got to kind of meet him halfway. They would, they were talking about the former president and everything, and how he was talking about, well, I'll just grab it. Well, you can't grab that. What that really is has to be given. And that begins with the relationship that you have inside. That means the mask have to come off. You can't wear no mask in the bedroom. Well, unless you playing a game or something. I don't know. But I'm talking about those insecure masks. I'm talking about the lying mask. I'm talking about the worried about the money mask, because worried about money will mess a man up in a minute. Especially when he's scared to tell you that he's concerned about it. That'll mess him up. He'll be always having this, well, I've been busy. I've been working too hard, baby. I just need some rest. And he's scared about his health. He won't go to the doctor and all this kind of stuff. So here's what you pray. I receive my security. I receive my healing. I receive that you have given me the control of your life inside of my life today. I yield my life to you. I receive my bread for the day. You know what I have need of. And there is something here. You may not even know what to ask. And when you say, give us this day, and you just say, I receive my daily bread for this morning. I receive it for the day. You may not even know what you need, but let me tell you something. God knows what you need. How many of you are right there watching right now in need of healing, in need of another career? We always talk about, the house car. Forget the house and car, baby, because house and car does not come. Quit trying to get house and car out of God. You can have other things and get it yourself. What you need from God is your daily bread. If you can stack up your daily bread and know that God is going to provide tomorrow, and when you receive your daily bread for tomorrow, God's gonna when you receive your daily bread for Monday, God's gonna supply the need for Tuesday. I want my daily bread. What do you have for me today, Lord? I don't know. This is going to be an adventure. Let me tell you something. When you start dealing with this, it's an adventure. Every single day is an adventure. You start looking for miracles around the corner. You start looking for miracles when you drive down the street. You might hear a voice say, turn left instead of right. You turn left and say, you know what? I'm going to go left today. I may take the long way around. I may put this in. I may listen instead of listening to the mumble rap. Instead of listening to mumble rap, why don't you put on something that is a lot more soothing this time? Put on something maybe to hear of a word that's speaking to you. Try that. Check that out. We just opened up our app, our new app, our app, not a new app, but it's our app, but we just gave it a whole new face, and we got a new app. So you want to download the app. On that app is new sections on that now. You're going to be able to hear my radio show live on Mondays. You're going to be able to hear, I'll be probably about a week away from being able to hear the message. You can hear it now, but it's going to go direct. So that means you're going to be able to hear it just like a radio. Oh, so you can be able to hear that. These are things you want to be able to do. Switch your life up, baby. Brother man, switch your life up. Tell God, I want to take these masks off. But what did they leave me? You mean to tell me you've been lying all this time to keep somebody? Give me this day what you got for me. I'm ready for it. Are you scared? Are you scared that what God has for you, you might not be able to handle it? You're going to handle it. You can handle it. It may alter some things, but you can handle it. And know what's inside of yourself. Be still. And know that I am God. Look, we're looking at the second Sunday in December where many people are going to be coming in. As a matter of fact, the reservations are up now. Yes, you got to make a reservation. Yeah. It's not me. Look, I'm just a spokesperson. I just tell you what they said. They're following their little guidelines and things of that sort. Well, I don't know what other people are doing. All I know is these are our guidelines. They just tell me what to say and I say it. So you can go online, make reservations. People are already making reservations. If you can't get in on the second Sunday, then it's going to help you shift right over. You can come in on the third Sunday. We're going to be having communion, all of that month of December. I think it's going to be every Sunday because as everybody's not going to be able to get in at the same time. We wish you could, but no, we're not jamming in like sardines and things of that sort. You can read all the little items on myalc.org. That's myalc.org, and it'll tell you what to do. We're getting ready, especially for January. But you can, we'll come in second Sunday in December, and that's what we're shooting for. Will we do it? I believe we will. I believe we will. So that's what we're shooting for. Addresses everywhere now. You can go on Google, type it in, and all of that stuff is there. And you can see the address and everything. People are volunteering. Thank you to the volunteers. Thank you. Applaud, applaud, applaud. And if some of you haven't volunteered, you don't have to volunteer if you don't want to. You can just send your contribution, send it in right now. If you got a letter from me, hey, send the envelope in or mail it in or go online and give that extra. Everything is going to help right now because, like I said, we're not trying to put a lot into a building, but you know us. It's going to be cute, It got to be a little different than everybody else. Look, I got to go. My time, I know my time is up. I got to go. So, remember, take that time to get up in the mornings. Get your kingdom come, will be done, and do all those kind of things. Have I forgotten anything? No. Have a wonderful, safe day today. And don't forget, share this with somebody. And let me know you're out there. Comments. Love you. Bye. Hey, this is Dr. Ed. We've been on this journey for over 40 years. Some have been there with us for almost 40. Some have just started this journey with us. But what we've been able to do is help people to find joy, peace, enlightenment. They have grown tremendously, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and it's all because of your contributions, your help, our journey on this road. Take a moment, make a contribution at myalc.org. That's myalc.org. That's our website. That's our main place where you're even able to watch our show on Sunday mornings. Not only that, but you can also give through our app. And you can download that app from Google Play, or you can download it from the App Store by just typing in Abundant Life Center, or you can type in Ed Montgomery and the Abundant Life Center app will pop up and you can download it. It only takes a few moments. And you can have that way. You can carry us with you on your phone and your iPads and all those kind of good things. Not only that, but you can also do text to give. That's very popular because people are able to give if they forget to be on their website or their app. They can just give right on the spot, real fast, real quick. Sometimes they do text to give even when we're inside of a church service. And you can do that by texting to 713-735. That's 713-742-2035. Or you could give through our P.O. Box. Safe, sound, secure. You can give, you can make sure you put a stamp on the envelope, but you can, write us a little note, drop me a little note, whatever you want to do, and mail it. There are some folks that's just, hey, I'm just going to mail this. And you can mail your contribution, and that's to the Abundant Life Center, P.O. Box 772-300, Houston, Texas, 77215. I'm going to say it again. That's that old radio thing. You got to say it twice. Abundant Life Center, P.O. Box 772-300, Houston, Texas, 77215. Continue on this journey with us. And if you're new for the first time, start this journey with us. I promise you, not only will it change your life, but you'll change the life of so many around you. And that'll make you feel real good inside.